Hello and welcome to Soul Guidance with Adriana. I'm Adriana. I'm a soul guidance coach and abundance consultant. Today, my guides would like me to give you a reading on your abundance. This is an intuitive channeled reading. I will use some cards, bringing through messages about the different facets of your abundance. So even before we get started, my guides had me draw these cards for you. These are lovely, excellent cards to start your reading. We've got the tiger, we have the honeybee, and we have the peacock. So the basic flow of these cards is about the focus of your willpower, really being in touch with what you want and being willing to go for it, being willing to go after it. Those are kind of two big concepts sometimes. Sometimes it's hard to figure out exactly what you want, and then after that, it's hard to convince yourself to go for it. But that is the key to your abundance increasing at this time, is to really make sure that your willpower is very focused. But at the same time, there's a softening with that energy, because this is not about forcing your will on someone else. This is about making sure that there's a good reciprocity and a good communication. I also think with this card, the bee, we think busy bee. My guides are kind of giving us the indication that you're going to have to put down some hard work. You're going to have to actually, get your hands dirty, get some work done, get some tangible work done. In order to really experience the sweetness, we think of bees and honey, right? And at the end, very good indication for this reading, prosperity, the peacock. This is a sign that abundance is increasing when this card shows up. Okay, so let's get started with some other cards. I want to look at, my guides are saying to look at relationships first. Abundance, I was mistaken in my first conceptualization of abundance. It's not just about financial wealth. It's about the balance of health really across all facets of your life, because they all kind of touch, right? What you're doing in your relationships is also affecting your business or your work. It's also affecting your physical health. So everything kind of touches, but let's see. Okay, top four. We've got Three of Wands, Magician going forward, Seven of Cups, and then Prince of Cups. Okay, so this is interesting. It's like there's offers, but you're not sure which offers you want. Again, kind of like our willpower card that we had here, the Magician is calling you forward to really make a statement about what it is that you're dreaming about. What do you really want to be moving forward with your relationships? I'm feeling future focused with all of these. We've got the Three of Wands. So we're talking about setting the energy that is coming to you in the future. Often when we're future focused, my guides are telling us that the future hasn't been totally set yet, that there's still wiggle room, and that wiggle room has to do with your own creative power. So it's as if you think of the universe like your event planner or your wedding planner, and you've given it some instruction, but it's waiting little details from you. Exactly what colors you want here, how many chairs for this. So there's some little details still to be worked out. And the Magician tells me that you know which direction you'd like to go, but there's an element of getting lost in, it feels like distraction, in getting lost in considerations, emotional considerations that don't even really resonate with you at this time, but you're getting distracted by them. And the universe is coming in, this Knight of Cups, he's coming in offering himself to you, essentially. And so this is the fulfillment of desire, the fulfillment of what you want. He's coming towards you, but you're not quite sure what it is that you actually have chosen. Okay, you don't know if you want this Prince of Cups or if you want the Prince of Pentacles or if you want the Prince of Swords. Metaphor there. But the person or the thing you're asking for, or even the facet of relationships, maybe I want my relationships to be more communicative. Maybe I want them to flow better. That facet hasn't been completely set. There's also an idea of being seduced by the easy choice. And I feel like these cards are saying, okay, you could go for the easy choice that's right in front of you, but let's look long term. Is that easy choice still going to feel good? Is that easy choice still going to work for you? Is it going to give you the type of relationship you're looking for in the future? So it's kind of like that one night stand question. Like, yeah, it might feel good now, but am I going to be okay with this a week later? So your abundance here is about really honing in on what is important, really honing in on what exactly you want from relationships, because the universe is ready to hand it to you. Okay, let's look at what's going on with work. Okay, 5 of Pentacles into 4 of Pentacles into Ace of Wands. Oh, this is great. This is really good. And then 5 of Wands, a lot of Wands here. So a lot of activity. And remember, we started with this card of focusing your intention, but then I said you're going to have to work. And we've got a lot of activity in your work sector here. Okay, now what's exciting to me is that all of the activity is away from this 5 of Pentacles. This 5 of Pentacles is a mentality that doesn't serve you, that kind of brings you to a lackluster engagement with your work. And it's very exciting to me that you've left that energy behind. And the 4 of Pentacles is saying that you're ready for a more solid engagement with your work, that you have your priorities more figured out here, and you're willing to really put in the time to build your work in a way that is lasting and constructive. I feel kind of almost a 4 of Wands celebration here, the 4 of Pentacles, because you're starting to lay something that's really solid. Then we get this inspiration, new opportunity coming in. And then with our Ace of Wands, we've got new opportunity, a new burst of excitement happening. The Ace of Wands is also feeling like a deeper commitment to why you're doing this work. And this is important too, because when you're more deeply committed to what you're doing, it's much easier to move forward. It's much easier to say, yeah, this is the direction I'm going. Now we have our 5 of Wands here, and I just want to make sure, okay, this is relating to the busyness. All right, so we've laid the new foundation, you've got the inspiration, you've got the commitment, and now we've got a lot of busyness happening. This is the time where the energy is just kind of growing and growing and growing and growing some more, right? It's not necessarily getting us to the end of a project. It's not necessarily starting new projects. It's kind of like everything amping up. All of these energies just kind of starting to increase. And so you want to make sure that you've got a handle on everything, that everything is in balance. Because this growth you're going to start seeing will be happening very quickly. This increase is it's really fast. This is a really good sign, but it can get overwhelming if this energy isn't managed correctly. So the idea is that you want to make sure that you're not over prioritizing one thing. You want to make sure that everything, each facet is kind of in its place. Nothing is taking over, nothing is breaking, but everything's just kind of going at its own same place. Okay, really good. So let's now look at health. Now, please keep in mind, I'm not a medical professional. I'm not a doctor. I am looking at an energy pattern. So interpret this according to how your body responds. If it resonates, go with it. If it doesn't, throw it out. Okay. No, bottom 3 cards. 10 of Cups, 6 of Cups, and Princess of Cups. A lot of cups here. Okay. You know, more than actual physical health, although I will say this is a kind of practical reminder to drink a lot of water. This is triple cups message. So we need to look at the balance of water in your system. So on one hand, you need to make sure that you're hydrated, but on another level, we're also looking at making sure that your emotions aren't pulling your system out of whack. If we just had this card, I'd say, you know what, your health is looking good right now. And I'm not saying it's not, but I'd say the health is looking balanced. But with these 2 cards here, the tendency to look back at the past, the tendency to visit situations and memories from the past in a way that it brings up emotions, it's overwhelming your system with too much of the water element. And when there's too much of the water element, we're looking at heaviness, we're looking at the retention of water and the retention of weight, really. A lot of times our physical weight is about emotional retention when we're retaining too much emotion. So be aware of that. Be aware that you may be feeling some emotions, especially, you know, what was going on in your relationship sector. This is interesting because we had so many wands, so many fire cards in your work, and it's almost as if those wands, the fire, are trying to help you dry up or perhaps distract you from a lot of these emotions that you might be feeling connected to the past. So, but there is confusion in the relationship sector of your abundance about, you know, what types of relationships am I bringing towards me? What types of relationships are really even working? And a lot of that questioning there is ending up in your body. It's sitting there as emotional, residual emotion. Okay, I want to get some advice for what to do with this. Okay, top 2, Queen of Wands, fire card, Prince of Wands, double fire. Okay, so action is more important than kind of sitting and going through these memories, taking creative command of yourself. And I feel that both of these cards, even they talk to this one, even the energy of the artwork is similar. You know, he's onward and she's also fiercely onward. So that creative power and that drive, it's more about focusing on what you're creating new rather than what you're leaving behind old. Okay? So when you're more focused on the new, that's when you're excited. That's when your heart is really engaged and involved. It's when you're looking back at the past that we get all this confusion. The 7 of Cups card that you had in your relationship sector really talks to the 6 of Cups. So I do feel like this is actually coming true on your physical level. You see there's 6 cups here, 6 of Cups. So looking back at that fantasy, looking back at the past, causing all of this water to really sit more heavily in your body. Okay, well, I want to draw just one more set of cards for an overall message on how to increase, advice for increasing your abundance. Okay, middle 4, King of Swords, Death, 2 of Cups, and Strength. Oh man, such a great message. Okay, this is about leaving the mind, letting go of the head, letting go of the control and the strategy that your mind wants to have. The Death card is asking you to transform that energy, to let go of what's up here, to let go of what's been holding you to certain ideas, holding you back. It's funny, even though we think of swords being rational and being logical, it is our thoughts, which are represented by swords, that create emotions. So this energy here up in the head needs to be transmuted and transformed through the Death card. The Death card opening a door to a new relationship with your strength. Now this little card reading here is speaking on a couple different levels. When you release expectations, mental conceptions about your circumstances, a new relationship will be formed, whether it's with someone new coming in or somebody already in your life. When you let go of those judgments and those criticisms, everything that's going on in that mind, you're able to more connect deeper through the heart. And I feel like these cards it's kind of harbinger. This card is a foretelling, the red in this card here, and she's got a red scarf as well. Yeah, it's kind of reddish orange. So we are very much talking about the strength and the courage of the heart. And what the mind is doing is pulling you away from the truth and the reality that is in your heart. And it's knowing what your heart is saying that will tell you exactly which way to manifest, exactly which way to go. What your mind is telling you about what you think you should be doing or think the strategy you think you should be having, it's not giving you accurate information. So this card reading is saying, let go of all of that, step through, come into a stronger relationship with yourself, a more balanced relationship, and listen to your heart. There's also an immense magnetism happening with the energies in this card. So the quicker you can let go of the mind, the more magnetic your field is going to be. And that's when this lovely peacock comes forward. This lovely abundance and prosperity just literally lands in your lap. Okay? So this is about de-escalating the head and remagnetizing the heart. Okay, I want to do one more animal card. I just love doing these readings. I just want to keep drawing cards. I want to do one more animal card for you. And actually we're going to do two. The hare and the bull. So these have very personal meaning for me, but let me check into what my guides are saying for you. Trust the timing that the universe is showing you. If you are not seeing the movement you want to be seeing, trust the timing. There's something about a sacrifice happening at the wrong time. Just the timing being off. It's a caution against that. So just trust what's happening right now. If you're not seeing anything, if you're seeing everything, if you're seeing a little bit, if you're seeing too much, trust all of that timing. But know that there's an ebb and flow. If you're not busy, you're going to be busy. If you're busy, you're going to have some downtime. But the important thing is to accept the opposite of what's happening and not to fight it or force it. The message with this hare card is that flowers don't bloom all year round. They do need a time for regeneration. And same with you. You can't be busy all the time. All right, thank you so much for joining me. If you're curious to learn more about what I offer, or if you'd like to work with me one-on-one, please visit soulguidancewithadriana.com. I am currently accepting new consultations. I do a free 15-minute consultation to see if what I offer can help you. So if you are interested in that, please reach out, and I will look forward to seeing you next time.